Zimbabwe is a very beautiful country. Zimbabwe is a very beautiful country. The only challenge Zimbabwe had was the kind of leadership it had when they began to change their local currency to, using dollars. And that would make them, the economy will go so high where somebody cannot buy food. They could only afford bread and eggs with so much money, yet they cannot feed. That was why Zimbabwe left their country to begin to go out seeking greener pastures. This place called Zimbabwe is if you see the topography, if you see how beautiful Zimbabwe is, you will never listen to all these bad belle South Africans. When they want, see, if you have not seen a video of Zimbabwe, or you have not met Zimbabweans before, and you hear it firsthand from South Africans, you would think Zimbabwe is one place that is Nelungu, where they don't even have food to eat. That's what you would think. If you put South Africa here and put Zimbabwe here, I'll pick Zimbabwean over South Africa. Because the way, you needed to listen to the way these people spoke about Zimbabwe. And me, I do not take it seriously because I know very well that Zimbabwe is not all that they say. They just do not like them because they came to their own land. And this is what makes me, wonder the kind of people these people are. They are full of hate. They are full of, bitterness. They don't ever see good in other people. They don't ever see good in other people. All they do is to hate people because the people came to their country. If the people, they are close to your country and you think they will not come to your country in case of any problem, your country is the one that will definitely come. That's how it is done. The people like Cameroon now, if Cameroon has issues, the first country they will want to run to is Nigeria because they are very close to Nigeria. If Nigeria have problem, the first country they will think of running to is Nigeria because Nigeria is close to them. But in a case where you feel that because somebody came to your country, you want to look for issues to unalive them, say things about them, disrespect them, that's not the way forward. Though. That is not the way forward. The thing is, you don't ever know where your own children will go to in future. You don't know where your children will end up marrying. So every time you wake up, you look for countries to smear their name, to disrespect them, to come for them. You say it's Zimbabweans that are causing all the issues in your country. It's Nigerians that are causing the issues in your country. But when they arrest people who have done wrong, they arrest you people. They arrest South Africa. So the question now is that even in your prison, none of your officials have come out to say the foreigners, because they said there are some foreigners, but they are more of locals. So none of you have come out to say, oh, the particular one, this particular one here, it's a Nigerian. Because you can't tell me that Nigerians are very powerful, more than you people in your own country. Now, I did a video where I talked about Chidinma Adetshina being in South Africa, and somebody said, yeah, Chidinma must have bribed the government to come into South Africa, and I was taken aback. So I asked the person a simple question. So in your country, you take bribe? Because I thought South Africa is so holy, they don't ever take bribe. So I thought they don't take bribe. I'm surprised to hear that. I'm very surprised to hear that you take bribe because Chidinma will have to bribe you. Why would she need to bribe you when she has all the documents to travel the world? It's like you people don't even understand. Chidinma has the documentation to travel the world. She can go to any country she wants to go to. Yes. That is what her position as Miss Universe Oceania and Miss Universe Africa means. She can travel the world to anywhere she goes to. That her name, that her position covers her. So it's sad when I see, Zimbabwe being Zimbabwe fine. See, you see Zimbabwe is underrated. Zimbabwe is underrated. I tell you this and I kid you not. Zimbabwe is underrated. And I just hope that these Zimbabweans, God helps them with a good leader. If God helps them with a good leader, who is South Africa to disrespect them? The way South Africans will tell you about Zimbabweans, you even think that Zimbabwe is not fine. You think it's one country that is not even fine. But by the time you watch their videos, you watch content of Zimbabwe. I've watched a lot from different creators. I've watched a lot of Zimbabwean videos, and even though they are look now, look at this guy Taya. He keeps saying it's difficult to travel with Nigerian passport. It's difficult to travel with Nigerian passport. Now, why wouldn't it be difficult to travel with Nigerian passport when all you do is to disrespect Nigerian in your video? Then the passport will keep being difficult to travel with. Because what you allow people do to your country's name and your country is what affects, what the information you put out is very important as a Nigerian. So whatever you do presenting your country is what happens to you. You cannot continue saying bad things about your country, Nigeria, and you expect good things to happen. No, it doesn't just work like that. The internet works. Okay, for example, now, when you tell somebody I am Nigerian, and the person has never been to Nigeria, the first thing the person will do is to go to Google. How do Nigerians behave? What's their behavioral trait? What's their tradition like and all that? Bang, bang, bang. And what if it's that video you made, bam, that the person is clicking on for the first time to watch? And then they are seeing you talk about very, very, painful things about your country. They have marked your country already by doing just that. So it's important to be careful what you're saying. There's no country in the world that does not have its own issues. Nigeria is the way Nigeria is going is plagued by bad leadership, bad government policies that is making us look as though we don't know what we are doing as a country. We do. Imagine if Nigerians were not hustlers, people that hustle, work hard and all that. Do you know that Nigeria wouldn't have been a country? It wouldn't have been existing because of the way the government have bastardized everything. It wouldn't have existed. But we keep pushing. We keep going forward. We keep, trying our best. Because we know that at the end of the day, things will work together for our good. When things work together for our good, it's going to be for the benefit of this same bad leadership, their family. But when it's time for them to push narratives that are not good, they don't remember tomorrow. They talk as if they know the future or what the future holds. They talk as if they know the next minute what's going to happen. When Abacha died, he didn't believe that he would die that day. Abacha did not ever think about it. But what happened? The same thing when Yaradua died. These are people who died in government while they were still serving. So whatever it is you are doing, think about the people. Think about the future. Because now you can get a visa and travel to another man's country. So when you go there and you suffer deportation for something that may have happened, you still fall back to your country. And it's high time the government began to hold people accountable. Yes, I know that I will never support the government. But you see, there should be a law that people who speak bad about Nigerians should be held responsible for it. Because whatever it is you put out there on social media or on the internet is what stays. If you even delete it, Google has already taken note. Let me tell you how Google, gets much more of the information that they get than when you go to search. It's through videos people make, through write-ups, and all that. When they see 4 or 5 people write about a thing, they begin to pick and choose. And that is why I tell people not everything that is on Google is real or 100% true. There are some that you have some, things that are not true. There are some that the story is not as they told it. So that is why you should always be very careful what you put out there about your country. Our country, Nigeria, suffers a lot of government policies. Yes, that's what they do. Because there was a time $1 could not even be up to a naira. Naira was bigger than $1. $1 to a naira. Somebody will give you $1, you give the person. That is, somebody will give you $2, you give the person 1 naira. That's how it was. So Zimbabwe is such a beautiful country, which I've always said since 2021. I think it was 2021 or 2020, I started watching videos on Zimbabwe. It's a place I would love to visit. It's a beautiful place. So never listen to a South African give you review about another African country, because all they know for is to unalive people. That's all they know. All they know is to unalive people. They are unalive people's country, unalive people physically, unalive people with their words. So please, don't ever, to me, Zimbabwe is more beautiful than South Africa. And their women have a good heart, they are good people.